Good morning, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. So this weekend, myself and my group at X-Telecom were flying out to Medellin, Colombia to begin the process of our expansion. And, in the last few weeks, as we've been ramping up and preparing for this trip and getting everything in order, I've had some of my associates and friends kind of express concern for me because I've never been to Colombia and we're going to go conduct business. And for a lot of folks, they get nervous because they start reading the news, they start looking at, what's going on, right, in South America. But you know what? I completely understand your fear. Yeah, and anytime you start doing business outside of the U.S., well, now you're going into a whole different country under a whole different set of rules. And I understand, and it is nervous. I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie, because I've never been to Colombia. But this is what I do know. 4 years ago, when we started with X-Telecom in Pakistan, I was faced with similar concerns, in fact, more concerns, because, now I was dealing in South Asia, and there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on over there. But you know what? I was able to establish my legal identity, Lauro Herrera, Herrera Insurance Marketing, in the country of Pakistan. It wasn't easy, but I was able to do that process. And then once I was able to do that, then I was able to establish agreements with folks like my partner Chris that lives in Rawalpindi. And now we're conducting business, not just in the U.S., but in Pakistan. And we've had our share of problems like any company, but we've never, ever had a problem where any of our clients were in trouble or any of that. Mainly because we're fully insured. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that we set everything up right from day one. It took time. We had to work with the Pakistani embassy because of the language barrier, but we were able to get it done by having our legal team here in the U.S. and then also hiring our own legal team in Pakistan. So I say this because a lot of guys that get nervous about doing international business, they just listen to the bad stuff, but there's ways around getting business done. And for us, as we go to Medellin, Colombia, one of the things that we did is that we established a leadership group there first. And we did that months ago, and started working with them directly. And now we just got to go and, again, establish our legal presence in Colombia and then start building it out. X-Telecom has grown huge. And, this past couple days, I closed out a massive agency, and their minimum order a day is 200 leads. That's just minimum. And they got over 30,000 agents. Spanish is one of the topics. We got another group that we're helping out with leads. They got 20,000 agents. Same thing. So Spanish has become something very, very attractive for a lot of IMO groups. In fact, we took $5,000 from a solid agency in Spanish a couple weeks ago. And unfortunately, when we were testing, we just didn't have a successful test, and we had to refund back those $5,000. But my point is that Spanish is in such high demand that it required us to help expand our operation so we can make it better, so that way we can accommodate groups like the ones that we couldn't help out. So if that means that I have to fly down there with my group to Medellin, Colombia, hang out with my Colombian friends over there, then I'm going to do it. And I want to give a special thanks to our direct IMO. I can't mention his name because, you know, that's the way he wants it. But this gentleman, he's basically opened up his checkbook for us and given us the resources necessary to make this happen. As you guys all know, anytime you go into expansion mode, you got to buy computers, you got to buy desks. In a lot of these countries, because we don't have credit established, we got to put up a bunch of cash up front. And it's good to have an IMO that believes in what we're doing so much that opens up his checkbook. A lot of guys, all they do is talk. And when it comes to cashing out money, they always tap dance. I'm lucky to say we're working with a group that is facilitating our growth and helping us expand X-Telecom. And that's huge. Like I said, we got a fire under us right now that we've never had. So to our homeboy, thank you very much for what you're doing for us. And this is gonna go down in the history books. And for all of you guys that need Spanish leads, or maybe you tested with us in the past and it didn't go good, guess what? In the next week or two, we're gonna be able to revisit that like we agreed, and we're gonna be able to help you, because we need to expand our staff. So with that said, guys, see you guys at the top. Peace.